Yo, yo, yo. What's good, everybody? Big Game James, man. You know where I'm at. Off work at the job. About to go to the crib. But I thought I'd talk about this LVE thing like really, really quick. I'm sure you already seen it. We've been talking about it with this LVE situation. We've been talking about it. Me and Mike on Burgers and Blitz has been talking about it forever. You feel me? We've been talking about, especially he been mentioning, what's up, Jay Lombardi. He been mentioning that LVE option for the last like 4 or 5 shows that they quietly wanted to just let it go by. But at the end of the day, it's the smart move. The Dallas Cowboys declined the fifth-year option on Leighton Vander Esch, LVE, making him an unrestricted free agent for next season. What's good with y'all, everybody? What's good? And as I said before, it's the right decision. Um, and we know about the cap. It was going to cost them like 9.1 guaranteed on the cap for them to retain him. And you know, Stephen Baby Nuts Jones is all about that cap, and he ain't doing that. And plus, when you really look at what he's done, and we were all geeked about LVE after 2018, but he had those injury signs in college. The neck injury, just injury in general. That injury's been following him ever since high school. And once you're kind of an injured player, you kind of always are that. It's hard to really shake that. It really is. You kind of get that label. What's good? What's good, baby? What's good with everybody? But if you just look at it, it makes sense for them not to do that. 2018, he went reckless, 140 total tackles, made the Pro Bowl. Everything was looking good. He had a couple interceptions. You could see the range. You could see he was going. I mean, I think he had an 18 tackle game against Philadelphia. Everybody was excited, but you were still worried about that neck. At least I was. I was always worried about that neck, no matter what he did, because he's a linebacker and he's taking all that punishment, hitting, with your leading with your the crown of your head or your neck. You're leading with that. I mean, yes, you're gonna hit with them shoulders, but you're leading with that head, and it's hard to not have a contact with that. But then we saw the injuries kick in. He made it past his first year. I was excited thinking maybe he can get past those injuries. Then bam, had the neck injury. And if you just look at the years since then, 48 games, 35 played. Missed 13 games. 7 in 2019, 6 in 2020. Had 140 tackles his first year, 72 his second year, 60 his next. Started 9 games his second year in 2019, 10 games in 2020. But as I said before, all his stats have been steadily going down, so he's been declining. Snaps that he played, 77% of the snaps his rookie year. He only played 47% of the snaps with the injury in 2019, and only 42% of the snaps in 2020. And as I've been looking in the comments, I mean, like I said, he got a couple interceptions, but only 1.5 sacks in 3 years. That's not good. I told him that they need to send him on more blitzes and use his athletic ability, be able to keep him clean and send him in on the rush. And I still haven't seen that. And he just doesn't really add in that. And you think he'd be better in coverage because he did have the 2 interceptions. He does have pretty good range, but we haven't seen anything since then. So it just makes sense. And then, as my people have been saying in the comments, uh, you got Michael Parsons. You got Jabril Cox. They got a couple linebackers in undrafted free agency. Anthony Hines is one name to keep an eye on. 6'2", 225 linebacker from Texas A&M. He was who's who coming out of high school, but he just didn't have the career he had in, he didn't have the career in college like he did in high school. So hopefully that could be a slept-on pick. You still got Francis Bernard, who's we'll see. You still have Luke Gifford, we'll see. But when you got that Jabril Cox and you got the Michael Parsons, then you got a few linebackers in free agency, undrafted free agency. To me, like I've seen a lot of people in the comments saying that's just putting you on notice along with Jalen Smith. It's putting both of the linebackers notice, especially on LVE, that just like they said, they like to bring him back, but it's going to depend how he plays. If he's not healthy this year, this is probably the last you're going to see of LVE. So this is his contract year. This is his year. If he wants to get another contract with the Cowboys, he's got to come in and ball out. He's got to keep Cox off his heels. He's got to, Micah Parsons, I think, will be different from him because you can move to Micah and do different things. But Vander Esch, the main thing he has to do is stay healthy. If he's hurt any kind of way, misses 3 to 4 games again this year, or over he's missed over 6 games. If he does anything like that, then I think that'll be signaling the end for him. No matter how good of a talent he is, it just won't be worth it to sign him unless it's a low ball contract and you can get him for the cheap cheap. That's the only way that you can do it after coming as a first round pick. So that's just my kind of thoughts on it. We're going to see that if he can do it. Like I said, it's, what, 17 games, as my guy Jalen Barty just said, 17 games this year. He's got to prove healthy. And like I said, tackles have went down every single year. He hasn't looked like the same player. We could see it last year, just missing bad plays, taking bad angles, getting fooled on misdirection plays, not being able to cover these tight ends, which he was doing his rookie year. It just seemed like he regressed. And I don't know if his confidence, because he was a confident kid. I don't know if his confidence is gone, but he's going to need to get it back. He's going to need to get it back fast. Because, like I said, this is your year to prove. Because if not, this is your last time in Dallas. So we'll see what happens with them. It's going to be a very competitive camp. As I said, training camp, competition, draft picks, free agent signings, that all brings the best out of you, especially when you got legitimate competition that can actually put something on your heels and put you on the bench. It's better when you got competition that you know that can actually compete, instead of guys you bringing in that you know are not going to compete with these guys. They're not going to push these guys. So at the end of the day, their jobs are safe. And I remember before I get off here, I've been saying about the privilege in Dallas. There's been a lot of privilege. A lot of players feel privileged in there, especially on the defensive side. Maybe they feel like, like I said, Xavier Woods, those guys were just talking slick in the media because they could, because there was nobody behind them to put pressure on them to say, well, if you play like this, your job is going to be gone. Well, a few of those players are gone. I'm not jumping up and doing cartwheels about what's going on, but I am keeping an eye open to see, okay, maybe a little bit different. I do see a big difference with Quinn and Mike Nolan, and I think that may help LVE because Quinn preaches family. Quinn preaches kind of like the same things Marinelli. Get to the ball, get after it. He's going to use guys in multiple schemes. He's going to have a lot of linebackers. You'll see 3-4 sets. You'll see bare fronts. You're going to see multiple things going on. But at the end of the day, Quinn, I think, could maybe tap into LVE because he brings more of that structure of the family. He brings more of that I'm on the field, more hands-on. You can see it the way he came in confidently, talking about the players. He looks like he already has a plan that he wants to implement. So we'll see what happens. And I think maybe this can help LVE. I personally don't want to see LVE going. I don't want to have to go out there and get another linebacker next year. Hopefully he does do good because he can still be a building block with those other guys and form a nice little tandem. And if you can get them on a cheaper, that's even better. So we'll see kind of what happens with this LVE thing. But hey, the notice is on the linebackers. If you don't play well, if you don't do what you need to do, we're going to move on from you. And hopefully that's what it's really about. And it's not just hearsay, what we see, what we think, what we hoping. Hopefully that's real. About competition is real. If you're not playing your game, if you're not doing what you need to do on the field, you're going to sit the bench and we're going to bring somebody else in no matter what you're getting paid. And I hope that's really the concept and the thinking, at least on this defensive side of the ball. I think the offensive side is set. We got some picks, but on this defensive side of the ball, guys got to come in and can't be nobody's spot guaranteed. Guys got to come in and earn them spots across the board. So we'll kind of see what happens, and we'll go from there. But make sure my members jump in tonight. We got a members meeting tonight at 10:30. All my members, shout out to all the people who got their gifts and their things going on. As far as that, we got some more contests going on. My guy, the Ninja, we are putting together some nice giveaways, some memorabilia giveaways. Also, game tickets for when the games come up. I'm ironing out some things with that. So we'll be able to hopefully give a game giveaway. And we got some more giveaways and some more things to talk about as far as the draft with my members meeting. So make sure my members are in there tonight, Monday, 4th, 10:30 tonight. Members meetings be crunk. We have a great time. So if you'd like to be a member and jump in the members meetings and be able to get some of these good prizes and all the good things that we got going on over here at Big Game James page, jump on in. It's as low as $1.99. As high as a $9.99, but that still ain't killing you. $10 a month, that ain't killing you. Spend $10 a month on something else. $4.99, that ain't killing you. $1.99 definitely ain't killing you a month. And if you like Big Game James, support me. Start with that $1.99, and it helps me grow. It helps me add things to my stream. I got some good interviews getting ready to come up. I got an interview with a gentleman whose brother played with the Bohan kid from Kentucky for a couple years. He's going to be. We're going to have that interview Saturday, and hopefully we can sneak that Bohannon interview by talking to him. So we'll see that. I got Kevin Gray Jr. From 105 The Fan. That's going to be locked in on the 13th of this month. We just locked that in. That's going to be a good interview. He really does the Mavericks, and he covers a lot of stuff with the 105 The Fan, Jeff Kavanaugh, and those guys. So that's going to be a good thing. And I got a player interview that I'm trying to pop for this Saturday, hopefully for me and Boss Cowboys. I just got to get the commitment. We're still working the mic, we're working the horns. I think I might got B-Tuck tomorrow. He's going to talk about some of the players he trained that actually came in on undrafted free agents for Dallas. He can give us an inside scoop on that. So we're continuing to grind over here. We're continuing to try to make things great. So if you'd like to support, jump in and become a member as low as $1.99. And if we get one more member, we get one more new emoji that we can add on there for all the members to add on to their thing. So excitement in the air. Things got going on. I'm excited for the members meeting tonight. It ain't gonna be long because I got to do a double shift tomorrow up in here, but we'll make it popping and we'll get it happening, and let's continue to support. So LVE's 5th-year option decline. We'll see what happens in 2021, but linebackers put them on notice with those draft picks, and we'll see what happens going on to the year. So I'll talk to you soon. Big Game James. Peace. I'm out.